Yeah, how's everyone doing? Good, I hope. Just playing a bit of Yards Recharged on my Atari VCS, you know. It's an awesome game in my opinion. My current score is 13,680. My best is 26,250, you know. And it will unlock some achievement. I don't know what it is or what it does. But Yards Recharged is brilliant, you know. And I love playing it with the Atari VCS joystick, you know, and using it wordless, you know. But just one thing I want to show is, right, if sometimes, right, this happens, I don't know why it happens, right, but sometimes I can't use my VCS joystick wordlessly while playing Yards Recharged or any of the Atari Recharge games, which is strange, you know. I don't know. See, here's what happens, right. Recently, Atari put out an update for not only the Atari Recharge games, but for the Atari VCS itself, so that the joystick and the controller would work wordlessly. But sometimes, I don't know what it is, but like today, like before I start playing the Atari Recharge, I meant to play Missile Command Recharged, and I wanted to use my joystick wordlessly, but it wouldn't let me, you know. So, like, I found out how to get it working wordlessly again, but it's strange that happens at all, like, you know, and I don't know why that is, right, but I'm going to show you, right. So, if you just want to get your joystick or controller working wordlessly with the Recharge games, here's what I did, and it worked, right, but for some reason, right, I'll go to System, right, and I go to Devices, right, and now I go to my devices, right. Now, do you see the way it's called the classic controller, right? Now, if you see that, that means the joystick is at its latest firmware update, which means it'll work wordless with everything. The Yards Recharge games and all the other games, except Xbox Cloud Gaming. With that, you have to have a word, but the joystick won't work with Xbox Cloud Gaming, right? But you see the way it says classic controller, right? Which is what this is called, right? Now, sometimes, right, like a few minutes ago, right, I went in to check if my joystick was up to date, but do you see where it says classic controller, right? It didn't say that, right? It said RDABT. Now, what that is the previous name of the joystick, the previous firmware version, you know. So if you see that, that means that it won't connect wordlessly with the Atari Recharge games or any game on, well, mainly the Recharge games. Basically, what I mean is, instead of classic controller a few minutes ago, it said RDABT. So that told me that the joystick's at the older firmware. Now, if you see classic controller, that means it's at the current firmware, which means it'll work wordlessly with the with the Atari Recharge games and the and other games. But like I said, the joystick won't work with Xbox Cloud Gaming. It'll only work with the VCS controller or an Xbox One controller. But now, to see the model controller, it says game controller. That means it's at the latest firmware update. So if you see that, that means everything is hunky dory, right? But if it says RDABT, that means that the previous version. So if you want to get the joystick or the controller back to the current firmware, which means, so if you see classic controller with a joystick, it'll work wordlessly with everything. If you see game controller for the modern controller, it'll work wordlessly with everything, right? Except Xbox Cloud Gaming, right? So, because a few minutes ago it said RDABT. Now I don't know why that happened. The VCS forgot which firmware the joystick and controller were at, which is strange, but that's what happened, right? Like, I meant to play Missile Command Recharge and I couldn't use my joystick wordlessly. I went into my devices and it said RDABT. So if you see that, that means it won't work because it's at the previous firmware software, okay? So if you just want to get it back to what it is, to what it's meant to be, game controller for the manual controller and the classic controller for the joystick. If you want to get that back so it'll work wisely, you have to. Okay, I'll show you. Right now, mine. See, what have I got mine? So you see where it says forget, right? If you press forget, it'll erase the joystick from the list altogether, right? And then you have to go to pair new controllers, right? See, pair new controllers, right? And so I'm gonna go and do it, right? Okay, so classic controller, right? I'm gonna press forget. Okay, so forget the voice. So this is what you have to do. If you see RDABT next to the controller or the joystick, you have to. This is what I did and it worked, right? You had to say forget the voice, right? And then you have to repair it, and it worked. It worked for me, you know. I was playing the Atari VCS there just a second ago. Now it's awkward that this happens, but that's the way it is, like, you know. So see the game. See, I don't have the game controller plugged in, right? So it's not going to pick it up, right? But okay, right. So now you see the joystick is gone from the list, right? So if we want to repair it, right? So now now it's handy to have a keyboard, you know, because my controller's all the way over there. So I'm doing this with a keyboard to repair my VCS joystick to it, right? So here's what you have to do, right? You have to go to pair new controllers, and now it's pairing, right? Now what you have to do is hold that down until it's blinking fast. Now see, it's blinking fast, right? And it should connect. Now see, classic controller, that means it's at the pairing and it's now at the latest firmware, which means the joystick will work wisely on the recharge games and everything else, right? So see, I have the joystick repaired and it's at the proper firmware. So my devices, see, classic controller. So once you see classic controller and game controller, they will both work wisely on the Atari Recharge games, except they won't work wisely with Xbox Cloud Gaming, right? So if anyone ever has that problem, that's what you have to do, you know. I know it's awkward, but that's the way it is, you know. So yeah. So now, so I hope we explained that as clearly as I could. You know, it's awkward, but that's the way it is, you know. It's like that shouldn't happen, but sometimes if it's like the VCS forgets what firmware the joystick's at, because before, like I said, it said RDABT, and that told me that it's at the previous firmware, which means it won't work wisely with the recharge games. Now, so I'm going to go into Asteroids Recharged, and we should be able to use it wordlessly, you know. Yeah, we'll look to recharge games on the Atari VCS and awesome stuff. And Asteroids Recharged is awesome. Yeah, sneaky box to all the recharge games. And yeah, once you see press A, it will work wordlessly, you know. So just, yeah, so that's all I'm saying. Like, if you want to get your Atari VCS joystick working wordlessly again, that's what you have to do. You have to go to My Devices and say forget joystick, and then you have to repair it. And once you see classic controller, you know that it's at the proper firmware, you know. So I'm gonna go back to the dashboard, and so if anyone ever has that problem, that should fix it, you know. I know it's awkward, but that's the way it is. You know, and Now another thing, we see before if we wanted to play a recharge game, I had to uninstall the game and delete the save data. That was the only way to get the joystick or the controller to work worthy. But now that it's at the current firmware, I don't have to do that. But I forgot about that, and I uninstalled and reinstalled Mr. Command Recharge. So I think I'm going to have to uninstall this again and then reinstall it, because we forgot about the whole current firmware thing, But it should work, Now that the controller is at the proper firmware, we should be able to use it wordlessly. If we can use it wordlessly in Asteroids Recharged or Yars, yeah. So that's it, So that's the thing, right? The problem isn't with the firmware of the games, but with the controller, right? That's basically what I'm saying, right? So if you see classic controller in my devices, you know that it's at the proper firmware. But like I said a few minutes ago, I went to play Mr. Command Recharge and I couldn't use the joystick wordlessly. For some reason, I went back to RDABT, See where it says get classic controller, that was saying RDABT, which that told me that it's at the previous firmware. Now, it's strange that happened, but if that ever happens to people, you have to forget the device and then repair it, like I showed you, right? So I hope that helps solve that problem if anyone ever has it with their Atari VCS. If you're playing the Atari Recharge games or any game, if for some reason the joystick won't work wisely, you have to make sure that it's at the proper firmware. And once you see classic controller for the joystick, it's at the proper firmware. If you see game controller, it's at the correct firmware for the controller. But if you see RDABT, it's not. So you have to forget the device, then repair it. Okay? So it's awkward, but that's just a minor problem. So yeah, I hope everyone has a great day out there. Enjoy your Atari VCS. It's an amazing system. It does have a few little minor bugs and problems like that, but still awesome in my opinion. And 2023 is going to be a great year for the Atari VCS. It's far from dead, people. We're going to see more games from indie devs and Atari themselves. It's far from dead. So it's a brilliant system, and you're going to have fun with it no matter what you decide to do with it. If you upgrade it or not, you're going to have fun playing thousands of games through Chrome, the Atari VCS Store, the Xbox Cloud Gaming, and Stream Arcade, but Stadia will be going in January, unfortunately. But we still have NVIDIA GeForce now, and I say some other cloud streaming service will take over from them or something. So I hope everyone has a great day, and I hope that solves people's problems if they ever have that problem with the joystick or the controller. Once you see classic controller and game controller, they're at the proper firmware, they work wordlessly, So anyway, I hope everyone has a great day out there. Take care and bye bye.